Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dan here from PTD Trades. It's pennies to dollars to get you over that PDT. Today we're going to go over CLD. It's an earnings winner pre-market, and it had this huge drop even though it was an earnings winner. So I just want to give you my take, what I believe that this is. So right here, everyone's just waiting for the earnings to happen. A lot of people don't like to risk it, so sometimes you'll see this slight downtrend right before market close, the day before earnings. My suggestion, do not bet on earnings. There's a lot of times the company could be going great and then their earnings are shit, or if the earnings are good but not as good as expected, you could see a huge drop like this, but it actually lasts. See, in this case, the earnings were very good. They were up 39 cents per share. And now why this drop happened is once the news comes out, a lot of people, day traders especially, they don't even look to or wait to look at the news, read the whole thing through. They just wait for the reaction. So what happened here was there's probably someone has to start this. They start selling, and then a couple other people sell. They see that right after the news comes out, it starts to downtrend, go down pretty fast, so then they start to sell. Other people start selling after them, and then once you get to certain levels, like let's say this $5 area right here, that's where a lot of people will put stop losses, or maybe this 550, like those whole numbers, people like to put stop losses there. That's why you have this huge drop real quickly right before earnings. If you're not trying to risk it, but you do hold the stock, it would be smart, not in this case, but generally smart, to just put a stop loss in case this does happen, to save you from it. Even though, this dropped from 575 to 520, 55 cents within a minute. A stop loss won't necessarily take you out. Say you had it at like 570 or 560 here, a stop loss will probably take you out in the 540s, 550s, or something like that, just because of how fast it's going down in price there. Now, a number of the stop losses going off will bring it down, and then once people actually see that this happens, that it is a good earnings, they'll start to buy in again. So then they buy in, it's kind of holding here throughout, and then during the market day, after the news is kind of digested within those people, everyone, they'll start to buy. They see that it's good for the company, and then momentum buyers jump in, and it just kind of rides on up here. So from 540 to 630, I have to give a shout out to Bob. He is PTD Monitor in the chat right now. He had called this around 540 this morning, saying it's an earnings winner. Be on watch for it. It's probably going to move up. So good for him. He had a solid 90 cent per share win here. So yeah, that's just what happens during earnings plays. Don't bet on it. Something like this will happen. You'll lose money when you don't even need to. And just play the reaction. So that's what we were doing this morning. We saw that it was an earnings winner. Even after this, it came back up. That's what you want to look for. I could show you, what stock was that? This is going to make me mad. Hold on. I don't even know how I forgot that. Alright, so when DRYS had an earnings, forgot how long ago, yes, right here. I was waiting for this earnings. I was just sitting at my computer waiting for the price to happen, or the price action to happen. So right, probably like 303 or 403 or 404, earnings came out, and it did start going down, so I didn't buy, and it came back. So right when it topped up here around this 485 area, I bought in, rode it all the way up to 6, and then it just crashed. I was able to sell on the way down, luckily. But yeah, it's another fake earnings reaction. That's what'll happen the first couple minutes. And this has happened within 30 minutes here, this whole candlestick. And it's hard to play these right away sometimes. You gotta wait for the whole thing to sink in. It did end up being, just terrible earnings. You see, this is minus $54.16 a share. I have no idea how it made its way up to 6 after that, but I was playing the reaction. I didn't care what the earnings report said. I didn't even care to open it. I was waiting for the reaction, and I was able to profit some off of it, not a lot, because of how bad they actually were. I played the reaction. It didn't matter. I was going long on a terrible earnings report, and I profited, and that's only because of the reaction. That's something you guys need to learn. Don't bet on different things to happen. Just because a stock has good earnings doesn't mean it has to go up. Because a stock has bad earnings doesn't mean it has to go down. It's what the people perceive it to be. Stocks move because crowds, the masses of people, how they feel that day. And not like you specifically. A lot of people think, oh, I'm smarter than the whole crowd. And they don't even realize that they are the crowd. Their mentality lines up with a number of other people's. And that's what moves the stock. So don't try to bet against the crowd. You're going to lose. If you're fighting 1 million people, I mean, you could be the best. You could be Jackie Chan or something. They're going to whoop your ass eventually. You might get through 5 or 6 of them, but they're going to whoop your ass. And that's what happens. A stock will whoop your ass if you bet on it, and you will lose your ass. You will blow up your account on different plays, like what happened here with DRYS. But you end up playing the reaction in CLD. The initial reaction isn't always, how do I say, it's not always what it's going to be, as you saw in DRYS and CLD, because of this uptrend here. So, I mean, earnings can last a while, although it is down about 30 cents in the after hours. It'll likely go up because earnings winners do have legs, except for, if we look at SINO here, this was an earnings winner as well. Go to 5-day chart. Recently, they had good earnings here. I think it was earnings. Yeah, it was earnings. And it went up very nicely throughout the day. It came up, and then it just crashed. So, earnings don't always have legs, but a lot of the time they do. So let me point out this one stock, all due to a number of good earnings reports. This happened. Way back here, had a nice little bump up here, and then they had good earnings. I mean, these were actually bad earnings. It's negative 2.44, minus $2.44 a share on a $5 stock at the time, and this thing rode its way up to nearly $50. I would never predicted that. I mean, I would have held this for probably like 2-3 days and said, yep, that's it, that's awesome, I'm going to take my profits and run. I would have never held it all these months. But, I mean, earnings plays with the stock differently, and you just need to react and see what does happen and play off that. It's very easy to play earnings if you just play the reaction. You don't bet on it. That's the lesson I'm trying to get across here. But yeah, that's excuse me. That's it. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the chat room. PTD, pennies to dollars. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, we have nearly 300 members, and it has been 8 days. That's crazy. I just had to get that across. A lot of students profiting today. I saw someone posted a picture of a $15,000 profit. That is amazing. Good for you. Congratulations. Today we had someone, BTMX, I think it's that. No, it's not that. BNTC. Here we go. No, it's not even that one. I'm sorry. The stock dropped to like 30 cents. It just went to 40. We were buying it at like 31 cents. Dude put a few $100s in there, got a 25% return on his investment, and made $100 in a few days with a few $100s. That's amazing. Those are the plays you want to be looking for. If I find the stock, I'll put it in the next video. I'm sorry about that. But I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the chat room. Thank you very much, guys.